Hello, and welcome to Our Kids, sponsored by Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm Fern Creek High School correspondent Lillian Farmer. This December, we take a look at a new partnership between GE Appliances and JCPS, how students are addressing the opioid epidemic and how they are staying healthy. Plus, we have these student stories.
Recently, Fern Creek environmental students travels out of the classroom and takes a closer look at their environment.
This is PRP's medical lab, which is now home to the Health Sciences Academy and the future of healthcare.
Rising baseball star Joe Adell returns to Ballard to host his annual camp.
We're here at Farnsley Middle School with their orchestra program, and they're showing us how they string it up.
This past October, Ballard High School held its annual American Red Cross blood drive. Students came out both ready as donors and volunteers.
GE Appliances and Doss High School have teamed up to offer students a chance to earn money while learning valuable skills. One student has already started the program and is preparing for his future.
Today we're at General Electric introducing the GEA Today program for one of our Doss High School students who is going to be starting a new work-to-school co-op program with them.
We are really excited about the opportunities this creates for JCPS seniors and recent high school graduates. These students or recent graduates can work part-time at GE Appliances, earn spending money, and receive up to $6,000 every year for college tuition.
Definitely working with my hands. Working with my hands is the best part about GE, you know. It gets me where I want to be, and at the end of the day, it's what makes me happy that will drive me for the rest of my life.
This is our mock assembly line where all new employees, including our new GEA Today team members, complete their training before starting their jobs in our plants.
And there is no reason why that every single student in JCPS doesn't have the option for college and career. And that is really what this program does. It gives students the opportunity to be in high school, to finish that experience, and then as seniors to go out and actually have job opportunities that are aligned with post-secondary.
Well, it means more opportunities. It means more real-world, authentic opportunities for them to get outside of school experience and give them a better opportunity to be successful once they graduate from high school.
I'm a senior at Doss High School. I'm in the STEM Academy, and I'm in the manufacturing pathway. My sophomore year, Dr. Polio started a career at the academies at Doss High School. I selected the manufacturing pathway for my previous hands-on learning with my dad and my father. As he recently passed away, it was very difficult. By working with my hands, I distracted myself from that part of my life. And I'm glad to be here today to do that, for providing for my family like he did. Y'all blessed me with this opportunity, and I'm very grateful, and to pave the way for the rest of the students to come. Thank you.
JA Inspire is an event for 8th graders to explore a wide variety of career opportunities before heading off to high school.
We'll shoot infrared and we'll find out if we've got a wire that's loose and we're heating up.
We are at JA Inspire, and it's an event. It's a career expo on steroids where 8th grade students are able to come, talk to exhibitors, and learn more about careers and jobs that they can have right here in our region.
There's all different types of careers, something that you're interested in, and you just ask a lot of questions and learn more about the career.
When it's try to experience what people do on these type of jobs on a daily basis.
There are 400 caring mentors here who not only want to talk to kids about their jobs and the success they've had in them and the opportunities in the region, but they're telling these kids, you can do this. And not all of our kids have someone at home who encourages them like the encouragement they're getting here.
I had to put on some big gloves and then screw this into this. And it was pretty hard.
If you pull back, that's up. Left is left. Right is right.
It's amazing. UPS brought their flight simulator. The exhibitors really have upped their game, and they're bringing things that kids can put their hands on to have a better understanding of what the jobs are really going to be.
I think it's really nice because you get a different perspective of like what you're going to be doing when you're older.
It's very important because they need to make a choice soon, once they hit 9th grade, on what they're going to do with their high school years. What are they going to learn about? What jobs are they going to think about when they select their coursework? And plus, with the academies of Louisville, they need to choose an academy.
I think it's a great opportunity to be able to find out what you're interested in, and maybe something that you were interested in before has changed due to this experience, and maybe help you figure out that what you wanted to do was something maybe that it could change.
Create games, you can create entertainment.
I want them to be inspired to work hard in school, to understand why math and reading are important so that they can get the jobs they'll have for the rest of their lives and be successful.
I had the chance to visit the Marion C. Moore School recently to check out what the teachers are doing to emphasize their math lessons. The 8th grade math teachers have created a YouTube channel named 8th Grade Math #NoMore. These teachers are Charles Gossam, William Hart, and Meredith Garner. The channel's purpose is to demonstrate multiple math methods. Each teacher solves the same problem in their own way. Mr. Gossam explains the start of the YouTube channel and how they make it interesting.
I started the YouTube channel because I wanted to give kids the opportunity to go back and have that second, third, fourth opportunity to look at the math that we're doing in the classroom. And since we're one of the most diverse schools in JCPS, it gives the kids that don't know English as well, or English isn't their first language, it gives them the opportunity to go back and look and listen to me again, and so that way they feel more comfortable when they come in the next day doing the math. And so I think that's a really good opportunity for them, and that's why we kind of started to do this. We make these videos interesting because a lot of kids don't like math, and we know that. Coming into school, they don't like math. It's one of their least favorite subjects. And so we try to get the intros to the videos very interesting. We get other teachers involved, and it makes it fun because then they know all the other teachers and they get to tie that in, and they watch that over and over, and then that leads into the math, and they're more apt to watch the math videos.
Not only does it help students, but it also helps the teachers. Ms. Garner explains how she learns new techniques as well.
It's really beneficial to me to do the videos because I get to see how Mr. Hart and Mr. Gossam do the same problems. So we each film the same problems, and I see new language that they use that I can then implement in my own classroom. And also it's just a fun way, like Mr. Hart and Mr. Gossam and I have a lot of fun making them and doing the intros. So it's just been a great way to learn new ways to show the material, but also just to have a little fun with my colleagues.
Student Piper Clark tells the reasons behind her love for the YouTube channel.
I think it just shows that the teachers really care about us and us understanding math, so they take time out of their own life and make these videos so that we can really understand math.
Student Michael Lopez gives an example of how the YouTube channel has helped him and how it can help others.
Well, it could really help a lot to those students who actually need their help to learn how to do something. Like, I was kind of struggling a little bit on the linear equations, so I went to the YouTube channel and helped out a good amount.
Correspondent Edward Smith gives us a tour of the Health Sciences Academy at PRP High School.
I would say I'm trained in first aid. Can I give you your EpiPen, or can you do it yourself?
Judging by the information being taught here, you may assume this is a college class. But this is PRP's Health Sciences Academy conducting one of the many labs that will be performed this school year, teaching skills that save lives and open a window for opportunity.
It's crazy to think that as high schoolers we're getting prepared to do stuff that college students are just getting introduced to do.
They're learning how to take care of someone in an allergic reaction, if they had a seizure, if they were bleeding, like a nosebleed or a cut. They're also going to learn CPR on adults, infants, and children.
PRP junior Ashley 9 feels prepared for a field that she wants to pursue.
It really helps with like hands-on stuff and how you're really going to act with the patient and what you're really going to do. It's really good with like emergent situations.
The equipment being used is the closest you can get to professional, from the dummies to the hospital beds to wheelchairs.
So all the equipment in here was actually donated by Norton Hospitals. We have mannequins to practice patient care and to practice what would be happening in a real situation.
But the opportunity doesn't only exist in the classroom. Students are already starting job shadows with Norton Healthcare.
I think this opens a lot of doors, especially now that we've partnered with Norton Hospital. They have that ability to co-op with Norton their senior year.
I'm going to do my interviews for Norton's and hopefully get that for this year and next year, because you can also get like a job after you graduate. They have like a contract that you can do and they'll pay for your college.
Norton is a great partnership the PRP has, and it's going to allow us to get hands-on experience.
Students can also do work through JCTC to earn their nurse's assistant license right out of high school, a big step that Mrs. Ferguson herself knows the significance of.
I'm a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for 11 years. This is going to be great. They're going to be on top of so many skills that they're going to know how to do. So when they go into nursing school, they're already hopefully going to be certified with their nurse's assistant license.
And it's agreed amongst the students and teacher that even though you may not pursue a career in the healthcare field, this class teaches skills for life. Reporting for Our Kids, I'm Pleasure Ridge Park High School correspondent Edward Smith.
Ballard graduate and Major League Baseball player Joe Adell came back to his alma mater to lead a baseball camp. Correspondent Allie Skaggs brings us a story.
Dozens of young athletes attended Joe Adell's annual baseball camp at Ballard High School.
It's great. It's awesome to be home. I've been gone for such a long time, it feels like. And to really come back and kind of, give these kids an opportunity to be around when I'm around every day, and all the coaches that helped me grow and become the player that I am and still becoming. So it's pretty awesome to give that to Louisville and everybody here.
Last year, Joe was drafted to the Los Angeles Angels organization for a chance to play in the Major League.
It kind of feels like a graduation in a sense. I graduated high school, obviously, but then moved on to the next chapter, into minor league baseball, and given a chance by the Angels was something that I was very proud of and glad to be part of that.
Coach David Traeger reflects on his chance to coach Joe at the high school level.
It's been pretty incredible to watch Joe grow as a player and a person. It's, as an athlete, you could always tell that he had the skills, he had the ability, at a very young age. He was just always ahead of the curve. And to see him develop and tone those skills into the sport of baseball and really fine-tune his game has been, it was incredible in high school to watch him develop, and it's even more special to see him continue to grow at the professional level. As a person, he's always been a great kid. He's always been a pleasure to coach, pleasure to be around. For him to, come back to Ballard and want to do his camp here, it's an incredible, testimony to what kind of person he is. He's got a great heart, and I couldn't be more proud of him.
Joe left camp with several pieces of advice for these growing baseball players.
To just kind of be a nerd with it, soak up as much of the information as you possibly can and just watch the game. That was something that I wish I would have done a little bit more when I was younger, is to really just watch the pros play all the time, because you learn a lot from just watching how they go about their business and the things that they do.
I'm Allie Skaggs for Our Kids.
We have a lot more stories to come. Stay with us.
JCPS serves over 100,000 students, and with that, a lot of waste is generated.
We need to do our part to recycle because it conserves natural resources, helps the environment, and saves money.
When we recycle, we put less coal and gases into the power plant, which reduces the amount of toxins in the atmosphere.
We are JCPS and we recycle. Yeah!
1, 2, 3. Welcome to our satellite office. Some of the services that we will provide will be in 5 different departments: diversity, equity, and poverty, exceptional childhood education, student assignment, student relations, and Title I offices.
Welcome back to Our Kids. I'm Fern Creek High School correspondent Lillian Farmer. More than 5,000 JCPS students attended the Louisville Youth Summit on opioid awareness. It was a chance to make students aware of this national epidemic.
We are at Freedom Hall today, and we are here today to talk about the use of opioids and how they can affect your body and the brain as well.
what we're doing is putting on a youth summit for opioid awareness. We're trying to get kids involved in helping us solve the opioid crisis.
The opioid epidemic has rocked the nation.
We want you to take this information, go back to your school, and become leaders.
Kids younger than us, 7 and 6, that they know, even though they wasn't here with us, we basically could tell them, like, don't think about it, don't do it, it's not good. What we learned today and effect on our lives so that we know in the future, if we get questions like these or if like offers from people to do these things, we say no and pass on.
They're going to be hearing a lot of messages. You're going to hear from a lot of families who've actually lost family members, ways that they can get involved in their communities and their schools. And they're also going to hear stories of hope and recovery of people who've been through it and come out the other side.
People in that video who has passed away or overdosed, we can learn from that mistake and be like, why would we try to do it if it's happened to them? Because 2 wrongs do not make a right.
The opioid crisis is the worst drug epidemic in our nation's history. So if we don't do something now, we've already probably lost a generation and we're at risk of losing another.
Every successful person that I've ever been around never talked about how they got to that point through the use of drugs. And so I'm asking you in those tough moments, because they will be coming, make the right choice.
A teacher's gonna tell us like, don't do it, it's not good. But them actually telling us, like giving us a message and all the things, like we basically learning from other people's mistakes. The choices we make right now is the choices we gonna live with forever in our life. So if they bad choices, that's what we're gonna live with. If they good choices, then our life is gonna be good.
Correspondent Carmen Craig showed us how Fern Creek High School students explored the parklands and helped tag monarch butterflies.
And today we are at Beckley Creek Park with some of my environmental science students, and since we've been working a lot on making the courtyard all beautified and increasing wildlife habitat there, we thought it would be important to see that these plants also grow out in the wild. They were native plants.
Hi, I'm Tristan. We're collecting seeds, hopefully being able to tag some monarchs so that whenever they go down to Mexico, they'll put it in their computers and then we'll know that they made their way down there.
At Beckley Creek Park, we walked around with a naturalist.
My name is Julie Age, and I'm an outdoor education ranger here at the Parklands of Floyd's Fork. Today we had a group of high school students out, and we were mostly collecting native plant specimens, collecting some seeds for your native plant garden.
Talked about different plants that live out here and collected some seeds so that we can take them back, grow them in the greenhouse in January, and plant them somewhere else on campus in like April or May.
Parklands is to get kids outdoors, to educate them on some environmental issues, also native plant species and wildlife that we have here.
Hi, my name is Jeremiah Lloyd. I am a senior this year. We are have so much fun in nature.
Today we're looking for some evidence of species. We saw some cool scat. We're lucky enough to have Carolyn from Bellarmine University who has some knowledge in that. So a lot of times we're looking for evidence. Today, like I said, we were mostly looking at plants and those types of species that we have here at the Parklands. We also spent a little bit of time at our wetlands, and we got to see some fish and some aquatic species.
The environmental students love getting their hands dirty, and for our kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent Carmen Craig.
Fern Creek High School correspondent Justin Dunn introduces us to the Farnsley Middle School Orchestra as they prepare for their winter concerts.
These 6th graders are working hard to prepare for their concert in December. They're going to be playing Jazzy Jingle and Jazzy Old St. Nick for their concert. The students are learning techniques like shadow bowing. Their instructor, Ms. Moeller, uses this as a way to get the bow strokes in the right direction first. Ms. Moeller says she wants her students to be able to do it all on their own by the time they leave her class.
I had really great orchestra teachers, and they inspired me to teach others and the field that I love. They're coming along really well. I mean, they put in some hours outside of time practicing and inside. In the classroom rehearsal, they're focused and dedicated, and you can tell they really love what they do. They have enough knowledge of their own that I've provided for them that they could continue on with music even if they don't have continued instruction.
I play the violin, and why I like orchestra is because my whole family, they never was into music, and I was infatuated with the violin when I was really young.
The reason I came in orchestra because my big sister accidentally put music. I love music, and then they put me in orchestra.
I play the violin, and I like playing the violin because it's fun and you learn new stuff every day.
And I like orchestra because you get to meet new people and you get to learn how to do new things.
And I like orchestra because I like being better than my brother.
This has been Farnsley Middle School's orchestra program, and for our kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent Justin Dunn.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more stories about JCPS.
Both my parents have diabetes. Students really think that they are sort of invincible right now, and it's something that they'll think about in the future. I think that it's the actions and the decisions that we make right now that will really help us in the future, and that will determine whether we get diabetes or not. Hey kids, get out there, live a great life, but at the same time get to know the risk factors for diabetes and live a healthy lifestyle.
Welcome back to Our Kids. I'm Fern Creek High School correspondent Lillian Farmer. Wheeler Elementary had a fun lesson in hand washing recently. It was a chance to reinforce their skills in this important task.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, your thumbs, 9, 10.
We are at Wheeler Elementary. We are promoting hand washing lessons here today, and we work with Health Promotion Schools of Excellence.
Because you won't spread germs on your dog or your friends.
So you don't get other people sick and you don't get yourself sick.
We're walking through this entire building to work with our kindergarten and first grade students to ensure all students know how to properly wash their hands so they can remain happy and healthy throughout the rest of the school year.
We learned about washing hands.
6. We try to teach them 10 easy steps so that they would know how to properly wash their hands and not miss spots, which causes most kids, if they miss washing their hands, they end up getting with shigellosis or other types of bacteria and other issues with their bodies, and they end up being sick throughout the school year. We're going to come to my magic light, and we're going to put our hands in the light and see whose hands are actually clean. So they were really surprised to see that their fingers were glowing in the dark and their nails were glowing because they thought they had covered every spot.
She had a special light, and we put our hand under it so she could see the fake germs.
Okay, that means you still have some germs on your nails. See, and there's a little bit of white?
I saw white stuff around my nails and all on my palms.
It's a good demonstration for little kids because some of them are visual learners, and it's easy to show them what they're able to do when you're able to do a demonstration. Because I can tell you all day long how to wash your hands, but when you actually see where you miss spots, then you go home and concentrate on it.
I learned how to wash my hands better.
It's very important to keep your hands clean.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You all are awesome. Give yourselves a hand. Thank you.
The W.E.B. Du Bois Academy offers monthly tours of this innovative school. Students take the lead of hosting the guests.
We are at W.E.B. Du Bois Academy, and we're just giving a tour to the people who wanted to see what it was like to enroll their students so they can know what the students are going to be doing there. It's different from any other school. We have a great support system here.
To come here because it's a really good school, and you like the teachers and the students that come here.
Ballard High School's annual blood drive sets an example for the entire community. Correspondent Sophia Gay brings us the story.
In the Ballard Blood Drive Club, it's really good work that we do.
and I think everybody should join because you just feel really good after you're doing it, and it just feels really good inside.
Many students were first-time volunteers for the blood drive.
Being a first-time volunteer with the Red Cross is really great because you kind of get to see the process behind donating blood and whatnot. I personally cannot give blood myself, so being able to see others donate and kind of help with that process is really great.
The blood drive is run by Ballard counselor Ms. Sgro.
Ballard High School has consistently been the #1 school in the Louisville area for yearly blood donations. We have a fall blood drive in October. We have our spring blood drive in February, and then we usually have a blood mobile sometime in the spring for adults to come in and donate.
Plans are already underway for the spring blood drive, along with the goal of donations set in mind.
We are hoping to get 250 units for the year, which will give us a $2,500 scholarship to award a senior or some seniors. And then if we can get up to 300 units, then we can get a $3,000 scholarship. I'm really proud of the students at Ballard who come out in a big way and donate blood. Each blood donation helps save 3 lives. So the Blood Drive Club is awesome. They help the Red Cross at the blood drives, and they help just make things run smoothly.
I'm Ballard correspondent Sophia Gay for Our Kids.
Fern Creek correspondent Amanda Williams introduces us to an Eastern High School student who raises money for a cause.
This 17-year-old is doing more than just working with an organization. She is running one. Rachel Stillwell, a senior at Eastern High School, has started her own nonprofit organization called Died for a Cause.
We should name it Earth.
Stillwell tie-dyes socks and shirts to sell to the public with the goal to bring awareness to type 1 diabetes as well as help kids out who are struggling with it. Rachel is a type 1 diabetic, so the issue is personal to her.
She gives 60% of the profit to Camp Hendon, which is a diabetes camp in Litchfield, Kentucky, that helps kids and teens with diabetes.
Rachel says the idea came to her while on a trip to the beach with her church.
A mission that personally affected me was type 1 diabetes because I've been a diabetic since I was 3 years old.
Died for a Cause is most commonly known for their socks. All the socks are named after people that have been affected by diabetes in some way. Elizabeth Harper, who is Rachel's English teacher at Eastern High School, said it's awesome to see what Rachel is doing.
It's amazing. It's so rare to see students of this age really champion a cause like Died for a Cause and really give it their whole heart. She really wants to see a cure for juvenile diabetes, and she wants to make people aware of juvenile diabetes. And in turn, she uses the funds that she makes from Died for a Cause to help make the lives of those with juvenile diabetes better. And she works at the summer camp, and she's a counselor to them, and that's just amazing to see young people taking on such a huge issue like that and making it a goal.
You can buy from Died for a Cause by ordering through Facebook or Instagram. The accounts are called Died for a Cause. Rachel is proving that you can do whatever you set your mind to, no matter how young you are.
I'm Fern Creek correspondent Amanda Williams.
Thanks for watching our show. Here's the crew from Fern Creek that helped put this episode together. You can watch entire episodes of Our Kids on the JCPS YouTube channel. Until next time, keep supporting Our Kids.